Hi there, my name is FixFox and welcome to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. This is the F Heroes edition. We just completed scenario 2 of the Archibald campaign and now we are faced with a decision. Do we go with scenario 3 or scenario 4? Either way, we're going to have to view the intro first. Maybe that'll give us some clues about what we would like to do next.
I have a decision to make. It has come to my attention that Roland has struck an alliance with the King of the Dwarves. I am certain you recognize the potential danger this alliance presents to our position. At the same time, I have received a plea for help from the Necromancers Guild. It seems that the Wizards Guild has moved against their ancient rivals, while they believe the royal forces to be otherwise occupied. The question I put to you, my general, is shall we shatter the Dwarven Alliance, or shall we rescue the Necromancers Guild?
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so we have the choice. Are we going to help the Necromancers Guild, or will we instead choose to shatter the Dwarven Alliance? Okay. By the way, scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest on the evil scale. That intro was like a 2.5. A little bit of misgivings by Archibald saying it weakens my position. No, our position. Okay, well, all right, I get it. You're a little conceited, so be it. Back to the decision at hand, though. I can't really tell you which of these choices is better. Scenario 4, slay the dwarves, or scenario 3, necromancers. Let's read scenario 3 first. Do-gooder wizards have taken the necromancer's castle. You must retake it to achieve victory. Remember that while you start with a powerful army, you have no castle and must take one within 7 days or lose this battle. Hint, the nearest castle is to the southeast. 2,000 gold, mass curse, defender's helm as potential bonuses. And then scenario 4, slay the dwarves. The dwarves need conquering before they can interfere in King Archibald's plans. Roland's forces have more than one hero and many towns to start with, so be ready for attack from multiple directions. You must capture all of the enemy towns and castles to claim victory. Offhand, having a powerful army that I then need to use to wreak havoc on a few enemies, that can be a fun scenario. So too can be a normal ground and pound type of scenario where I'm slaying dwarves and I'm taking these towns. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to do scenario 4, slaying the dwarves, and the reason being is because that was canonically what we did in the other campaign, in the Roland campaign, and the Dwarven Alliance was very important to our success. Knowing how good of a bonus that was for us during the Roland campaign, I think it only makes sense that we, as the Archibald steward, now should remove that bonus from the enemy. I'm not sure exactly what the award will be for one or the other, but do remember that when both campaigns are completed, I will go back and do all of the alternate or additional scenarios when we could have chosen them instead, but we went for another option. So we will do scenario 4. After all is said and done, we will come back and do scenario 3. But for now, between necromancers, warlocks, and barbarians, we have not had a warlock game yet. I say we give the warlocks a spin. I don't know if that'll be a good choice or bad choice. Let's find out. Hard difficulty, as always, and let's dive in. Scouts report the enemy stronghold lies to the southwest. Our swift arrival has caught them by surprise. If you move quickly, their resistance will be minimal. Oh my word, this is the exact same. I love this. Oh, this is wonderful. This is the exact same map that we played on as the Roland side, except now we are on the opposite end. We have these 3 towns, the Dwarven towns. We have our one castle in the upper right. And then and we have this one that we can start right outside of. This is very interesting. I love the opportunity to more or less play a mirror matchup. I love it. Okay, so let's take stock of what we have. It looks like we have 3 heroes. One is in our main, one is in our main town. That'll be Aerie. So he'll probably be our primary hero moving forward. We have Barak with normal standard units. And then we have Alamar. So Alamar, Barak, and Aerie. 3 towns. It looks like they are all sorceress towns. They may not be upgraded per the rules of the scenario that we had before. A few battle doors that we can recruit. Let's see what the tavern says. The ultimate artifact may be found in the northeast regions of the world. Come to find out that sometimes this tip may get into these scenario taverns, even if it's not actually possible to get an ultimate artifact on this map. But there's one town, my main town, more battle dwarves to purchase, and more battle dwarves to purchase. Okay. So, in our main town then, we're going to get the opportunity to start off with, I'm going to go for either the nest or the crypt. I will start off actually by purchasing the dungeon. Yeah, let's go with gold early, knowing that this is a fairly large map. And let's just pick up whatever we can around us before we venture out and do too much damage. Let me just make sure and see that there's no troops I should be purchasing here. I might as well take the centaurs before we head on out. But otherwise, let's clear our area. Let's see where we're at, and let's go from there. So starting off, I'm not going to go for the 500 experience. I think I'll take the gold, especially since my treasury is so low. I do have an ore mine right here that is absolutely free. Wow, look at this right here, right off the bat. I believe that these are randomly generated artifacts, but the compass of true mobility and the traveler's boots, whatever hero possesses both of those is going to have somewhere in the range of 500 to 700, 800 extra movement points per turn. It is my immediate goal to pick up both of these artifacts. It's very nice to immediately have a great plan in mind. Because I don't necessarily want to travel this way off into no man's land, knowing that I also have Aerie who can go that way, I'm going to send Barak instead, not into this town with such a small army, but down the road where I can maximize his movement points. Okay, looks like we have so far all the precious resources except gems. I'm still looking for a sawmill unless I pick up this one. And it looks like we do have this observation tower that we can pick up to give ourselves some additional insight as to what our next decision should be. Let's pick up this treasure chest. Should I pick up the treasure chest, or should I sally forth through the grasslands? I think it'll be worth it for me to pick up what's right here. Unfortunately, I've come across a Spartan's quarters of a retired soldier. The soldier tells you that he is willing to pass on the telescope to the first true leader that he meets. That is not me. I do not have leadership. I'm not sure if that's basic, advanced, or expert leadership that's required, but I'm going to need at least one of those to pick up this artifact. All the same, by going this way, I'm going to pick up a little gold, the mercury, and the crystal. That can be pretty important for me later. My next big purchase, well, one of the biggest purchases I can make is going to be making sure I have my Minotaurs and then my upgraded Minotaur Kings. That's going to cost a total of 15 gems between the base level dwelling and the upgrade. So that, on top of all the purchases for mage guilds you may want to make, may be a little bit difficult to get if I can't find gems early and often. Now, I guess here's the question. Should I get a fourth hero? Wow, observation tower there, observation tower there. This is a pretty big map. I think I'm actually going to buy a fourth hero. Knowing that my gold is fairly low, I'm still going to make that decision with the assumption that I will get some more information. I can get my sawmill bright and early on turn 2, and then we can push forward from there. If I recall, observation tower, one more there. Perhaps I should play this game of just going from tower to tower to increase my vision as much as possible early on. It makes a little bit of a waste of the scouting that all warlocks start off with, but all the same, it's never a bad idea to pick up some observation towers. And now on to day 2. Mercury, more mercury, and crystal. That's a pretty good haul. I'm pretty happy with that, especially for a secondary hero off in the Wild Blue Yonder. You have found an abandoned lean-to. Poking about, you discover some resources hidden nearby. This is a one-time use. I'll never be able to come back to the lean-to. And it looks like we are absolutely blocked in. I suppose since I don't want to try and fight lots of skeletons to clear my path, I'd better try and make good use of Brock's movement points while I can. We'll pick up this observation tower, and we'll plan on someone springing him, possibly going through the goblins here. That'll probably be my best bet. Let me first grab these traveler's boots. Discovering a pair of beautifully beaded boots made from the finest and softest leather, you thank the anonymous donor and add the boots to your inventory. Picking up our ore mine. And here. Do I dare risk it? What spells do we have? It looks like Warlocks start off with Curse. Okay. I do have shooters, but I don't have any other army to speak of. I think my best bet is actually to return to my main town, pick up some troops next turn, and then I can push out and get that early gem mine, which will be, again, important for my Minotaurs. Because I committed to the dungeon, I'm also going to commit to the statue. Well, if I'm going to be fighting lots of skeletons, I should probably pick up my nest and then my crypt. Let's do that. We'll forego the extra 500 gold I would get if I got the statue now, and I will wait to get that in another turn after this. We will take the gold here. And I do want to see what all these shrines are. Even if it doesn't benefit my main hero, it can always be useful just to know how far should I go out of my way to get these additional artifacts or these additional shrines. That's basically a free artifact with the hordes of peasants. I don't know if I'll have a resurrection spell, true or otherwise, anytime soon. But for now, I'll keep that in mind. And I'm still keeping the traveler's boots and the nomad, or the artifact of true mobility, in mind. Point of interest, Aerie currently has 1,500 movement points. Another comparable hero right now, like Alomar, he starts off with 1,200. So that means that the boots give Aerie an extra 300 movement points every single turn. I wonder what the interaction is with something like logistics. Is the 10%, 20%, and 30% bonus on logistics going to only go off of base movement, or is that additionally going to be multiplied by my bonuses as well? That would be fantastic. An extra 30% of the 300. That would stack up pretty quick. That'd be an extra 90 movement. Seems worth it to me. A little bit of a decision there in my mind was, now do I go for Griffins and the Gargoyles, or should I pick up my Mage Guild? Mage Guilds felt like a little bit of a gamble, especially knowing that I need to go and fight this fight right now. I'm going to avoid this Demon Cave and this Demon Cave. I will come back later when I can defeat the Guardians. But in the meantime, we will wait. Glorious victory. We will accept these results. We'll hop in here. A traveling merchant offers you a rabbit's foot, made of gleaming silver fur, for safe passage. The merchant explains the charm will increase your luck in combat. Here's my thing. It was not so lucky for the rabbit. So how lucky could it be for me? Interesting question. 2 sulfur from the windmill. And if I remember, there are many, many dwarf cottages dotting this landscape. I think I'm going to wait to pick up dwarves, only because they're so slow. I did see a hill fort here. There's at least one hill fort where I can upgrade my dwarves into battle dwarves, but for now, I think I'm going to forego that option, just to know that I don't think I'm going to get attacked immediately. I think I can wait just a little bit of time. Alrighty. Steel Skin out of the Shrine of the Second Circle, of course. Any second level spell is welcome, but I really enjoy Steel Skin because that will give you +6 to the defense of any creature you cast that on. That has some tremendous value, especially if you know that you're about to take some hits from an enemy very soon. This +4 to spell power, guarded by lots of elves. That's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. I think that I'm going to stay on the road, even though I'd love to see what's in the witch's hut. I'd love to pick up the free experience in the gazebo. I think I'm actually just going to try and get as much scouting done as possible. Perhaps there's another observation tower somewhere nearby. After freeing a princess of a neighboring kingdom from the evil clutches of a despicable slaver, she awards you with the Medal of Honor. Perhaps, wouldn't it be interesting if this Medal of Honor allowed me to pick up the... where is it? The spyglass. Yeah, it's not really leader, but I can kind of lead. My troops have more morale, you know. It's be nice if it was a quick fix. I don't think it works that way, but all the same. I will not wait to get that artifact before I move on and start harassing these halflings. Again, my main goal being to get that artifact. Snow with a penalty of 150, so twice or half again as much movement points to travel through snow. I believe that if I can get pathfinding, that'll be an excellent addition on this map. So let's plan on getting that if we get the opportunity. A glorious battle, no issues there. And I think I'd rather make sure I have plenty of movement points next turn. Through the clearing, I observe an ancient artifact. Unfortunately, it is guarded by a nearby Cyclops. Do you want to fight the Cyclops for the artifact? I do. Oh my word, you are kidding me. Let's fight this fight. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. That is a terrific amount of damage he's putting out. We are going to curse him. And in fact, we're going to curse them now because I've got the spell power for it anyway, first of all. And second of all, if he gets good morale, that's just going to be a terrible deal. Important to note is I should make him wander across the battlefield to my shooters, and I should not at any point double up my creatures to where they can get hit. Speed fast, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, shift, no. Control, nope. I was wondering if there was an option in Heroes 2 that I just haven't been using that would let you mouse over an enemy to then see in a kind of a shadowy grid around them what speed they had, or rather how far they would be able to move on their next turn. It looks like we do not have that functionality. For any F Heroes 2 members watching, if that is a potential quality of life upgrade at some point to see the shadow of how far an enemy can move next turn, that would be fantastic, especially noting that you often will see me counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We are going to move basically into a defensive position. I can move right here because that will not double up my gargoyles, and it actually worked well because it made the enemy Cyclopses go the long way around. I'm going to want to wait on the Griffins. Unfortunately, because of the speed of 5, I'm not going to be able to really cascade all of my troops onto the Cyclops at once, but I don't want the Cyclops to get the 2 retaliations now. If I had known about the Cyclops, what I would have done is I would have had 1 stack of Griffins and then 1 power stack of Gargoyles and then 1, 1, and 1 of the extra Gargoyles. And so then I would have baited out shots on the Cyclops so that way I only lose 1 gargoyle in a stack at a time. As it is, because we're going to be doing 12 damage with the Cyclops attack, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But you already saw the pre-combat, what the damage is going to look like if I don't take some mitigating factors. So let's try and reduce damage as much as possible. I am going to skip on the gargoyles, and note that the Cyclops have now moved above the, I guess they were above the Centaurs before anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not going to be able to reach the Centaurs no matter what they do. I think now I spring forward. I'm going to take losses, but I've got to start doing damage at some point anyway. This is going to hurt a lot. It's 1 gargoyle. Don't double up our troops. And then do as much damage as we possibly can. 15 left. 15 left. 9 hit points left. I'm actually... Can I do 15 points of damage? This is going to be 3 to 4. That's not going to be enough. I think that the Centaurs are going to be my main damage dealer. I think that, yeah, the Griffins have a defense skill of 6. It's a little bit lower than the Gargoyles, but they do have more hit points, so their effective hit points are a little bit higher. I'm actually going to back the Gargoyles completely off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, never mind, I can't do it. I've got to step in front of the Cyclopses with the Gargoyles. I anticipate that the Cyclops will take a double shot, the 2-hex attack into the Gargoyles and the Griffins. Let's see how it goes. There's the paralyze coming out. You don't often see that. It's only a 20% chance to paralyze, but that turned out to be very good for them. 3 hit points left, and we do end up fighting that battle much better than the computer did. Sometimes it makes you wonder, how did the computer do so poorly? I don't know. I wish sometimes I could just see what the computer did. There was an instance where I had a fight in the final Roland scenario, And what you found out was that the computer was able to take down 7 bone dragons, whereas I could only take down 1. And to this day, I can't figure out exactly what the computer did differently than me. What strategy did they utilize? How did things pan out? There was a lot that I could have learned from the computer, but there's no way that I can go back and refight that battle to find out. Unless, there may be something I can do later, but I digress. We'll get into that later. Victorious, I take my prize, the true compass of mobility. My max movement points are now 2,000. Oh my word. Aerie is a world traveler at this point. Real quick to note, we have within spitting distance of each other, plus knowledge, a level 3 spell, plus 4 knowledge, plus 4 spell power. This is Aerie's next point of emphasis. I will cut down through these 2 skeletons to open up this pass and get my mercury and some additional sulfur, and then we will carry on from there. But for now, let's get the statue now, knowing that we will be able to get, since it's only day 4, the minotaurs and a well, perhaps more. Might as well stop by a gazebo that's so close. We'll take basic estates. That'll start paying for itself very quickly. Let's make sure that we hand off whatever troops we can, including an artifact. And then Aerie, if I can keep him out of the snow, I would like to. I would like to dispatch these rogues and then head south, and that is in fact what I will do. Can I take this town? It'll have dwarves. It may even have a lot of dwarves. I'm guessing probably 20 dwarves or so. Followers, a group of rogues with a desire for greater glory, wish to join me. Will I accept? I surely will. 30 is a significant amount. It does not change my decision on this town, though. Should I fight that town? I think not at this point. I'm still not thrilled with the spells that I do have for Aerie, and because I have no attack and no defense, I think that I should exercise some discretion here. Wow, additional knowledge, the golden bow, which is absolutely free, no one is guarding it, and Dragon City. Because Dragon City will allow me to recruit dragons, this is going to be terrific. It is a stat check. Either you can beat dragons or you cannot. You can't use spells to win the fight for you, but that is where all my dwarves are going to go into, is fighting that fight and winning that fight as soon as possible. I think Barak is going to clear out this way. But then again, I have one hero that can go there. And I don't have anyone that can go there anyway. So let's actually go north instead of south here with Agar. He'll pick up the campfire for some additional crystal. And let's get our maze so we can get access to minotaurs as soon as possible. Only 1 gem left, but we do have some income with that. We are still missing the crystal mine. We are still missing our alchemist lab. Alchemist lab here. Crystal mine is here in the corner. I'm going to have to go back for that. That's a little unfortunate. But I think I can clear out halflings with most any army. Rangers and... what is that? I'm not sure what that artifact is. Is that the Black Pearl that they're guarding? Yep, that's the Black Pearl. That's a +2 spell power, +2 defense. Oh, fantastic. We've stumbled upon the dwarf village. That is very exciting to see, actually. Especially, again, knowing that my main goal is picking up spell power and knowledge artifacts, and then trying to get those dragons as soon as possible. No issues taking out a couple of skeletons, and since Aerie is right here and has plenty of movement points, I'll have him pick up both of these mines. A group of skeletons, I will accept them just on principle. I don't need the experience from them right now. And perhaps 46 skeletons, which I just picked up. Perhaps I can go on a secondary hero or a tertiary hero who I don't really care about. In fact, because I have this Medal of Honor, I only have a -1 to morale. Maybe I can use them to really shield myself from taking a lot of damage from these mutant zombies. Let's just use them really quickly, especially since I got these 2 other mines that I was really hoping to get. Do I mind if I run right into the enemy with Agar? I do a little bit. Losing +1 luck for nothing seems a little silly. With that being said, let's just remove the issue, and then by getting rid of the centaurs, we will increase our base movement every turn by 220 points. That seems worth it to me. Let's pick up the well now before anything else happens. And then we'll figure out what to buy on day 7. This observation tower looks juicy. Look how deep this is into the enemy territory. Right into the very center of the map. Okay, so new things that we spot. We see the enemy, Ariel, pixies, and dwarves. More sulfur. Wow, +3 to attack. I believe that's the Sword of Dominion. +1 defense. And unguarded, too. That's the second artifact that is good, that is completely unguarded. That is pretty terrific. I want to make sure that I pick up these neutral troops. While I will push immediately for dragons of my own, I think that I can give myself breathing room to do so if I can leverage what I can find on the map against the enemy. View artifacts. We're going to cast that right now. If you've never seen the View Artifacts map, this is what it looks like. Even in the Fog of War, I can still see what's around. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like there's 2 artifacts I probably would have missed in that little section there. We will have to look and see what that is. +4 spell power, +4 knowledge, Ankh of Reincarnation, Sword of Dominion, Black Pearl, +1 Defender's Helm. And no, I can't see these any better than you can. I'm just going off of what I remember for just a second. It looks like there will be some opportunities maybe to go deep into the enemy territory and pick up a few of these, but I'm wondering if the AI prioritizes artifacts or if I don't know what they prioritize. Do they prioritize loose resources that are undefended? Do they prioritize artifacts that are guarded a little bit? What is the ranking order and how the AI makes its decisions on the adventure map? That'd be very interesting to me. It seems like AI on the battle map would be a lot easier to really hone in to winning strategies, but the adventure map, there's so many things to calculate that seems like it would be a daunting task to me to try and make an AI that would do well on the adventure map. A lot of if-then statements. We'll pick up the campfire, and then we'll go back and pick up this sawmill. I think that will be my second sawmill. Yes, it will be. And then I did notice that there was crystal right here, but it's so close to the middle that I'm sure that I would pick it up and then lose it almost immediately. Let us get our +4 to knowledge. We will fight this fight. Remember, we are going to prioritize losing skeletons as quickly as possible. We're going to go into a completely defensive position around our centaurs. And then let these skeletons just get absolutely wailed on for no other reason than I'm not too worried about losing them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually I'm going to back the gargoyles off since these mutant zombies would have been able to reach them otherwise. And the skeletons are going to go across the map and take out one of these units instead. As we get stacks low, though, we will be able to fight them. For example, these rogues, they have no enemy retaliation. I wish that they would go first before the gargoyles. I'll let them back off for just 1 second because I think I'm going to do a significant amount of damage to these zombies. 2 centaurs, that is always unfortunate. Hate to see it. I'll wait, just in case I did end up taking some retaliation. And despite my best efforts, I still have a fairly large stack of skeletons. Logistics on top of my artifacts. That's terrific. You come across the remains of an ancient druid. Bones, yellowed with age, peer from the ragged folds of her robe. Searching the robe, you discover a scroll hidden in the folds. And at the Shrine of the Third Circle, we pick up Anti-Magic, a very sophisticated spell. I agree with that sentiment. And that Scroll of Knowledge was a +4. So I saw several magic wells dotting the map. I don't have any spells really to cast at the moment, but I think that I will make that a priority soon. Because the sprites are here and this Shrine of the Third Circle is here, and because I don't have any real combat spells that do any damage right now other than the curse and the anti-magic, well, they don't do any damage. I'm hoping for something excellent out of this shrine. We're still going to press forward here And again, I care a lot less about losing Agar because of that artifact transfer. I do wish I had like a View Heroes or something like that. I can abuse that spell. I will cast it every single turn, and I will make the absolute most of it to make sure that my heroes don't get lost, just simply because I was too careless near the Fog of War. Because we picked up so much gold, we've been able to get everybody except for our 6th level green dragons this bit of combat. That is an excellent first week. I am thrilled. Look how much of the adventure map that we have revealed. I'm feeling pretty good about this start. So far, so good. Okay. We'll accept these dwarves. Let's see. Because Ariel is there, I think with 63 dwarves, I can take her in a fight should she decide to try and get a little frisky with me. We'll take Death Ripple, but I don't plan on using it too much until I get dragons. It can be essentially a very, very low level Elemental Storm or Armageddon, and I can potentially use that in the same way once I do pick up some dragons. Identify Hero, not terrible. It allows me to view detailed information on enemy heroes. I have to be fairly close to them. I can't cast it here and then try and view Ariel, but it can be useful. Horde of Sprites. Ooh. This is going to be a tough one because I don't think that there's much I can do to cover up my centaurs just because of the way that the battle shakes out. Let's give it a shot though. At least one stack of pixies is going to, one stack of sprites will get a swipe on the centaurs. We are going to curse this top stack here, especially because I lost that initiative with the gargoyles. As you can see, that top stack is going to go next, and they're going to put a hurt on these centaurs. That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. If I move the centaurs down, I don't really want to attack and take the retaliation anyway. If I move them right to here, then the sprites are going to end up in these two slots as they focus down these centaurs. Skeletons will take out one, and then someone can take out the other stack. Not the best, but that seems to be about what I could do. Oh, darn. We'll do it this way then. And we'll deal damage where we can. Which is going to do more damage? 19 sprites doing 1 damage or 8 sprites doing 1 to 2? This feels like a math question where... wow. Feels like a math question. Don't I have +1 morale? I do have +1 morale from this artifact, but right now I'm still at a -1 morale. It absolutely cost me that fight. Were the 30 skeletons worth it? Probably not. Big probably not. You can't really know that until you actually fight the fight, but very unfortunate to see my army dwindle so much. A chance meeting with a famous archer finds you in a game of knucklebones, pitting his bow against your horse. You win. Somebody get on Google and tell me what knucklebones is. I'm sure that it's got to be a real game. It's got to be. But what it is or how you play, I do not know. I see artifact, 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 and these are good artifacts. Plus, I really want this +3 to my attack skill. I'm going to avoid some other options just to make that happen. View towns. This is a wonderful level 3 spell. I wish again it was a combat spell, but for now we'll take what we can get. So for view towns, you can see the enemy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towns. I did already know that basic information, and I knew about where the towns were from my recollect, and yet it is nice to get that confirmation that, yep, right now we are 4 towns against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Let's pick up. I don't think that I'm going to need to waste time to try and save experience points for my primary hero. I don't think there's any sense in that. I don't know how often they're going to get there. This is Zom, who is the blue guy, and in Archibald Scenario 1, we had Zam. So that is where my confusion was. Zom is blue, Zam is purple. So this one is Zom, not Zam. Great. Green Tower. We have been producing sulfur. We are going to be producing a lot of gold. I think we need to focus on getting the Green Tower before we even consider building up the Mage Guild, unless we can get a whole ton of ore very, very quickly. Is there any other building we want to get? We want to save the ore. Let's get the moat just in case, though, for the low cost of 750 gold. Let's see. I'm going to immediately try and run these 63 dwarves to make them battle dwarves. I'm going to let Agar... I'm potentially going to lose him as I wander into the unknown terrain. But I am prepared with my 4 heroes to lose one of them to see what else is out there. Let us fight these skeletons. Let's fight this fight again. Again, we're trying to get rid of this stack of skeletons as quickly as possible. And the biggest thing is that now I don't really have... I had 30 centaurs, and 30 centaurs can do some good solid damage, but unfortunately I ate so much damage that it's been... I don't know how I'm going to continue to really pump out damage against these ground units. Hopefully these skeletons decide to just die as soon as I attack them here. And I think that they might be so inclined to acquiesce to my request. 3 lost skeletons. Wow, we have had some luck with our artifacts this game. This is the 3rd time. The first artifact, the telescope, we are trying to get a leader over there. In the previous case, it was a Cyclops, and now this artifact, I observe, is guarded by a nearby green dragon. Do I want to fight the green dragon for this artifact? For a +1 to both attack and defense. With this army, I think not. I think not. We don't know what this Shrine of the Third Circle is, though. I do want to pick this up. Teleport is fantastic. Fantastic. Why is it so fantastic? Well, let me tell you. I'm concocting a strategy in my mind right now where all of my Hydras, my 2-speed Hydras, are going to actually be very useful on the battlefield because I can instantly have them appear right in front of the enemy. If that won't cause them some grief, I don't know what will. How many sulfur mines do I have? I do have 2 sulfur mines, so I'm doing everything right as far as my priorities. I do wish I had the crystal. I must get the crystal soon, but for now I will hold off on that. That looked like movement down here. So it looks like 2 enemy heroes down there. If I recall, there are some 1, 2, 3, much like in this section, just 3 dwarf cottages. And so they may be able to raise an army that's fairly large very quickly. I will actually recruit these rogues, and I'm actually going to look to see if there's any opportunities to pick up more sulfur. There is. Look how far I move. Oh my word. If I avoid the snow, I can absolutely jet across this map. Let's pick up 6 sulfur. That's all the sulfur I need. I just got my dragons. Yeah, that was fantastic. We are going to get this artifact. We can take out these pikemen without too much difficulty. I'll take the free. I'll take the estates. Who knows how long this hero will stay alive for, but we will let Agar continue to wander and generate me gold. A spell or a wizard's hat for a +10 turns to any spell that's cast. Good artifacts here. Good artifacts. And my philosophy on artifacts is this: if every artifact is broken, then no artifact is broken. So we might as well have lots of fun, exciting, high value, high effect artifacts in any given game. Let's advance our dwarves to battle dwarves. 63 battle dwarves is pretty terrific. And let's, as quickly as possible, get to Aerie. Animate dead. That can be useful. That can... Well... No. No. That can't be useful. What am I going to do? Animate my 27 skeletons and keep them around longer? No. Absolutely not. There is one group of veteran pikemen in this army. Let's see how many skeletons we can waste. Let's take our defensive positions. I'm actually going to teleport my skeletons into fighting range immediately. I'm going to teleport them 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to teleport them here in this gap so everybody goes around. But the problem is that I think that these pikemen are going to go across the field and then these ones are going to go this way anyway. So we will just teleport our skeletons one step out of range. And maybe that'll even make the pikemen go one speed, just trying to get the good advantage. I don't think that when they're of the same speed that the pikemen will think that way, but perhaps. They did. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's actually go across the battlefield at this time. And let's hope that these skeletons can take a terrific amount of punishment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And right now, there's not a whole lot of nuance to this fight, other than just the positioning with the skeletons and trying to get rid of skeletons. I'm using the terrain a little bit here right now. Otherwise, I'm just keeping track of my turn order bar. And I'm prioritizing threats. Number one priority threat would be, of course, the veteran pikemen, because they're the fastest and they're the strongest. Pause. As you are walking along a narrow path, a nearby bush suddenly bursts into flames. What am I, Moses? Before your eyes, the flames become the image of a beautiful woman. She holds out a magnificent sword to you. Dragon Sword of Dominion increases your attack skill by 3. Excellent artifact. I'm gonna, because I'm so close. Did I already get this magic well? No, I need to. I am low on spell points, and I might as well get this. Shrine of the First Circle, slow. No combat spells really yet, no damaging spells, but I'm starting to pick up some okay spells just from the map without having ever really visited a mage guild. Ah, this is fantastic. I will take these dwarves, and I think I'm actually going to pick up this observation tower before I pick up more dwarves. I'll consider if I need to use this trading post as well. But in that fight, I'm considering the biggest threat. Oh, there's an enemy right there. That's a threat. I'm considering the biggest threat, who is, of course, the veteran pikeman. But sometimes, for example, if I have 5 black dragons, and then I have, you say, 20 war trolls in the back there, which is more valuable to get? Sometimes, while the biggest threat may be the black dragons, maybe it makes more sense for me to get the shooters in the background who are a little more fragile, but can still pump out a tremendous amount of damage. So the highest threat is not always the highest priority. That's kind of what I think about when I'm in battle. And I'm sure most people think about it in those exact same terms, but perhaps they can't conceptualize it, or they just haven't been able to put it into words themselves in that same way. And then the question becomes, how do you get the computer to think in those terms? How do you get the AI to replicate something similar? That is a good question. And that is a question for all the programmers out there who I would love to shake their hands, because it's completely foreign to me. I'm not going to accept these losses. I'm trying to get rid of these 16 skeletons. I really am. I'm doing my very best. I think you can tell. So, let's move ourselves out of the way there. Yeah, I think that this is the round of combat. This is where it all ends. And even if I only have just a few skeletons left at the end of this fight, I will probably dismiss them because I'm tired of taking losses to my morale. Although, they might just kick the bucket here. I don't know if that's an appropriate phrase to use. Kick the bucket. Mostly because the skeletons are already dead. In theory, they've already kicked the bucket. It's already happened. It's kind of a past tense sort of thing. So to kick the bucket again... What, they're going to get more unalived? Okay, so there is 10 skeletons perished, and true to my word, I'm not going to keep 6 skeletons just for losing 2 morale there. We've got what we need there. This gold mine looks really tasty. I think I need to get the gold mine, and I actually think I'm better off to get the observation tower, find whatever road is over here, and then get the rangers that way instead of wasting half again as many movement points just for an extra sawmill. Observation tower. Let's see. These stone liths connect up here to the very top to these stone lists. That's a good way to get around the map very quickly. I may be able to pick up dwarfs, and then take out this town. And I really think I should. I think that should be my next priority. Where did all those other dwarves go, I wonder? Oh boy. Don't look behind you. Alamar has those dwarves. I'm going to have him travel on the road so he can get there as quickly as possible. He is just too slow to keep up with Aerie. Just too slow. But let's head towards these rangers and let's preemptively split our stack of gargoyles. Rather split the gargoyles over the griffins. Certainly. Such a small army I have here, but well, with the teleport, I can always teleport rogues across the battlefield in an instant. Okay. Let's see. I'm wondering, I've got the faster hero. I have 1,400 movement points right now. They have a few dwarves, so they're going to be drastically slowed down by those dwarves. Let's put as much speed as we can between us and them. Let's not stop for anything but the best possible artifacts. I may not even stop for a treasure chest. I'm probably not going to stop for a gazebo. And let's just go on from there. I do still want to focus on getting my red tower. If I can get red tower before I start purchasing dragons, that would be great, because then I won't have to worry about the cost of upgrading green to red and then red to black dragons. It's 500 gold and 1 sulfur from red to black. It's 500 gold from green to red. But still, that cost adds up, and then of course you have to double it if you're already purchasing the base level units. Makes it pretty expensive pretty quick, and I don't have that much income. I really don't. I don't see anything else I really want to purchase right now. I'm really trying to focus on that long-term investment. I'm not even going to get the waterfall. I think I'm so far into getting my centaur or getting my dragons that I don't know how valuable centaurs will be in this map. I'm hoping I can just roll through this fight and roll through this scenario fairly quickly. Because it's my secondary hero and I don't care if he gets experience or not, we're not going to fight that battle. We may end up fighting these dwarves though, because an early second gold mine would be terrific. I'll accept those losses. We'll take mysticism over diplomacy. And then rather than attack that, this is an empty town. Look at that. That's absolutely empty. I wonder if they've... Wow, they never picked up that sawmill. Perhaps I can just get a free town. I'm that close to getting it, but I don't want to come into view lest they purchase troops that are just not yet realized. That might be very silly of me to leave 958 movement points on the board there, but I'm going to do it. Especially because if I can get in and then get out, if there's an enemy hero here in the darkness, that would be terrific. Let's go back and pick up these other dwarves. I think that we will consolidate. 55 dwarves is enough. We shouldn't be too greedy. We will just see what spell this is because Natasha has given up chase. And then additional sulfur. Very, very welcome. Very, very welcome. I'll probably actually stop in and trade some of my wood for sulfur. Since I can get the good exchange rate. Where was that? I did not see where that was. I wish I could replay the enemy's turn. Because there was Natasha, and then somewhere just on the edge, there was another enemy. But I did not see where it was. I did not see where it was. And I'm a little scared. Oh, there. Right there. Okay, and that's very important to know because that was something of my strategy there. I don't know how strong that hero is. I would hate to have to try and retreat at the last second. Aerie is only level 3, but with all these artifacts, I truly don't know. Is that worth it? Day 7? That hero, because there's dwarves in there, and I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm using the knowledge I already have about this map. There are so many dwarf cottages right here. I anticipate that they could be they could have 80 dwarves, and that wouldn't be something I should be surprised about. There's no way I can defeat that army. I'm going to turn tail. I'm going to pick up these dwarves instead and then head straight for this town. So let's do that now. More rogues that wish to join me. 67 rogues into 112. Oh my word, that's fantastic. Absolutely spiffing. We're definitely getting into their territory, you see, where they've started to pick up some of these mines. I will use Barak to trade again some wood for sulfur. 4? Does 4 sound right? I think 4 sounds right. And then let's leave as quickly as we can. Glorious battle, we'll accept those results. We'll take the expert scouting, although there's really not much of the map left to be explored. Not much at all. The Red Tower. Over the waterfall, I will take the Red Tower. And the Black Tower will be purchased essentially as soon as I can get there. Week of the Rabbit. Right now, my kingdom growth, right now, I'm getting 4,000 gold per turn. That is essentially going to be one black dragon when we look at this, plus the 3 sulfur. We are doing pretty well. I'm very happy with this income. I just need to leverage this into some troops and then get across the map as quickly as I can. I need to consolidate. I'm probably going to need to send Aery himself back up to this town, because while he's out and about and while he's returning with his massive amounts of movement points, I'm probably going to be purchasing Mage Guild levels, just so I can be prepared as much as possible to make him as strong as possible. Right, 55 dwarves. Don't lose focus. They've got one job and one job only. Carlon, she does have average units. I think I have to retreat this way to really stay out of harm's way. I know that eventually I'm going to run into Natasha, but truly, I'm going to waste their time. Maybe I'll waste their time, and then I can pick up some resources that they otherwise would like to have. Let's end this fight here. It wasn't nearly as many enemies as I thought it was. Granted, I do have the 60 battle dwarves. I'm going to fight that in the same way that I'm planning on using my, what do you call them? My hydras. I'm going to be using my battle dwarves. I'm going to put them right into harm's way. I understand that I am, but I think I can lose a couple of these battle dwarves because they got their high defense, and I'll still come out way, way ahead. And in fact, I don't think I'm going to lose any. That high defense makes the fight so easy. There's not a whole lot of the map left to view, again, so I will take the mysticism, even though usually it's not my priority. And how many spell points do we have? We have 51. Let's check out this town. Do we need to stop in? Magic Arrow. We haven't had a Magic Arrow yet. Even just for the Mage Guilds. That'll be pretty useful. And then let's go pick up. We'll accept those losses. We'll take the pathfinding. We will take the pathfinding. Accept the losses, take the pathfinding. Let's pick up some more dwarves, and then let's go from there. I may need Alamar to do a transfer for me, and he can reach Aery next turn. And so he can take on probably the Griffins. I think I will lose the Griffins and keep the rest of my troops. I did not waste as much of their time as I thought I would. I really thought that they would be chasing Agar here in this corner, but instead they went this way. They kind of messed around over there. And just having heroes on the field is never a bad thing. Perhaps I can even think about picking up this Oracle now. Trudging right through the snow. And then let's send Aery into these dwarves. These dwarves. I'm loath. I'm truly loath. Speed of 4, speed of 6, speed of 2, speed of 4, speed of 5. I'm loath to lose the movement points, but if anyone can afford it right now, it's me. Would I be better served to give the dwarves over so that Aerie can get back to my hometown faster? I think so. I really, truly think so. Let's pick up these. Let's pick up this crystal mine before we do too much else, though. Again, with a teleport, all things are possible. And then we will jam up these shooters here and just trust that the centaurs can do a little bit of damage here on this top stack while the rogues make their way across the battlefield. Okay, no problem. I guess it doesn't matter. The enemy shooters are not going to get much of a chance. Archers are not a terrible unit, but they stand no chance in melee combat. Especially when we're doing things like that. Much better. Okay. And I'm actually going to just make sure I pick up this +1 to defense, and I will let Alamar take the long way, pick up the crystal. It'll be so many more movement points overall because he does not have pathfinding like Aerie does. But that is the issue with being the slow secondary hero, is you get tasked with some of these less than favorable jobs. Okay, we're still getting gold. This is looking really great. I'm feeling pretty good about how things are going so far. You encounter the infamous Black Knight again. After a grueling duel ending in a draw, the knight, out of respect, offers you a pair of armored gauntlets, +1 defense. Terrific. Let's pick up the +1 attack as well. Should I go out of my way and pick up these artifacts? If I did not have the pathfinding, I would say no. But because I do, I might as well just take this 3rd level spell, the treasure chest for experience, pick up some mines. This is just very juicy. Even though I really want to get back home as soon as possible, I will make an exception in this instance. Rebecca is vexing. I think that this is the end. I think Natasha, no matter where I go, will be able to catch me. So let's pick up some free sprites, all 6 of them. And then let's lose with dignity. Oh, we live another day. Terrific. And then let's head immediately to this border fort. We'll pick up the ore mine. Might as well replenish our spell points. A glint of golden light catches your eye. Upon further investigation, you find a golden helm hidden under a bush. +1 to defense. Shrine of the Third Circle. View towns. Not so good the second time, but we'll take it all the same. Let's see here. And then there. A group of rangers with a desire for greater glory wish to join you. Do you accept? Again, for a secondary hero, 31 rangers, that might be terrific. That might be terrific. We're going to upgrade those dwarves into battle dwarves. We will visit the gazebo. We'll take the leadership. And maybe we will find out if basic leadership is enough to get the telescope. I have a sneaky suspicion it is not enough. And just for those of you keeping track at home, this is month 1, week 3, day 5. We've been a lot slower than I thought we would be, actually. Oh, never mind, that was a poor decision. That was a poor pathing decision. We'll stop in and maybe consider picking up some dwarves here in Avalon. And rumors of a griffin of unusual size preying upon the countryside lead you to its cave lair. A quick, brutal fight dispatches the beast, and a search of its foul nest turns up a huge black pearl. I will forego this treasure chest. It looks like the enemy is starting to marshal its troops, and so time is of the essence, and we will move towards other pursuits instead. I'll move these archers now, and then just pick up this treasure chest. It just felt a little too out of the way, just a hair out of the way, but true to my word at this point, Agar is doing a terrific job of distracting the enemy. That was money well spent, because recall, he was the one hero that we bought. Everyone else we came with, but he has had to prove himself, and he has done remarkably in acquitting himself quite nicely. Well done, sir. I do believe, though, however, that this is the end. Pity. Extra 1,500 gold. We will stop in and continue to rack up some dwarves. Group of... What if I had taken diplomacy? Would all these groups of units be trying to make me pay them? Or would they have just followed me out of the goodness of their heart? I don't know, and I don't want to find out. But I will certainly take 27 elves. After rescuing a sorceress from a cursed tomb, she rewards your heroism with an exquisite jeweled necklace. That's a +4 to spell power. Let's take a look at Ari the Warlock. He is got 5 attack, 3 defense, 11 spell power, 8 knowledge. We need to start building up that mage guild right now so that we can really capitalize on all that extra spell power that we have. In fact, I should have been building up this mage guild quite some time ago. Yep, and another turn to wait, but all the same. At this point, if I was him, I would just say, oh, do it already. Since I'm going to go straight to the hill fort, I might as well save myself 50 gold per dwarf, buy the downgraded version, and then head on over. And that is what I will do. Dwarves, dwarves, and more dwarves. I'm not so sold on taking more rogues. It felt good the first time. The second time feels like it may be a little bit of overkill. We'll take the experience. We will take the advanced wisdom so we can get the 4th level spells. And we will actually head straight for... No, we'll go straight for the town. Get the 2nd level mage guild. We now have access to Lightning Bolt, Death Ripple again, Cold Ray, Magic Arrow. Wow, that's very, very interesting to see Magic Arrow, Cold Ray, and Lightning Bolt all in the 1st and 2nd level of any mage guild. That's actually very rare for reasons I found out not too long ago. I'm going to keep these dwarves. That's a ton of dwarves. I'm going to lose the gargoyles, and I'm going to lose the centaurs. And I'm going to pick up 4 black dragons, and... knowing that I have teleport, I'm actually going to pick up... should I pick up the slowest unit? Well, if I'm going to stick with the dwarves, what is another 2 less speed on my slowest unit going to cost me? I'm already down 220 movement points. I can be down 440 total. Otherwise, yeah, average speed, fast. Should I only take creatures that are fast and above? Or average and above? If I only take creatures that are average and above here in this town, that'll be gargoyles and minotaurs, probably griffins. Yeah, griffins and gargoyles. 9, 16. I think I'm going to choose to have a fast main hero rather than one that has an absolute tank of a unit riding with me, especially because there's still more adventure map to clear. But really, I can force my way into the enemy very, very quickly. Now, is that the right decision? Is that the right decision? We want the Dragon Utopia, right? We may get rid of the Hydras later. We may transfer those over to a secondary hero. But for now, we will take the Hydras. Let's get these halflings. Let's clear out these demon caves. And by the time we've done all that, we should be able to be on a new week. And then we should have a upper tier mage guild. At this point, we're just going to cause a ruckus. Make them chase us. He's going to make it. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, do you see this? He's going to get away. He's going to get away. He's going to get away. You can't catch him. He's too fast. I'm faster than you are. Why? Because you have a horde of dwarves, and dwarves are slow. You can't catch me. I'm going to get rid of the sprites. I know you can't catch me anyway. It's already too late. But I'm going to do this anyway. He lives to talk about this another day. We'll pick up the crystal mine. Wow, that is one of the best moments that I've seen in this game in a long time. This is the same demon cave that we experimented with so long ago. We find a powerful and grotesque demon in the cave. Today it rasps. You will fight and surely die, but I will give you the choice of deaths. You may fight me or you may fight my servants. Do you prefer to fight my servants? I do. And it's such a small amount of earth elementals. I'm not even going to fight the fight. But for 2,500 gold, we might as well. And we are continuing to plunder the map with its many resources. And lest we forget, we need to continue to purchase Mage Guild levels. At least up to level 4 because we have the Advanced Wisdom. So one more level to purchase. I would be so mad. Do you think that they're mad? I would be mad. I would be very mad. I wonder. Let's see if I can bait the enemy into following me blindly, recklessly, right into the teeth of my most powerful hero. We are going to fight the servants again, and we'll take an additional 2,500 gold. That was the easiest 5,000 gold I've ever taken, I believe. Let's purchase these 3 black dragons. This army is certainly to be reckoned with. I don't think I'm going to need to worry actually about taking out the Dragon Utopia. If I'd never fought the Dragon Utopia, I don't think I would be thinking that, but right now I won't even worry about it. I walked away and I would have traded. Let's see actually how important this is. Well, perhaps there is a trading post not too far. Let's do this now. And send Alamar this trading post. I guess I couldn't have gotten my level 4 anyway, but I really wish I could have. I really truly do. Okay. Let's press on. Yeah, it looks like those are all of their heroes right there. If I'd stopped into the Oracle, perhaps I could have made sure that that was all of the enemy's heroes, but for now, we will just have to believe that it's the case. Not even a fight. 7 black dragons. They can't stop. They won't stop. And then here they come. They do see my primary hero, and they are... I wonder if the AI will continue to chase, or if they will call it a day and give up. I have no idea. I do not know. I cannot say. Let's see what happens. And they wander right into me. All 3 of them. This is going to be quite the turn. Quite the turn. Should I fight all these 3 battles? I think so. Especially if I'm losing that much. Looks like I did fight the primary hero first. Let's fight this fight. 96 dwarves. You cannot sleep on 96 dwarves. Whatever spells the sorceresses have with the 5 spell power and the 5 knowledge is not going to be sufficient because the black dragons are not going to be denied. I do have mass haste now. That was my 3rd level spell. Should I cast mass haste? What will that do for me? Not too much, I believe. I do need to worry about these dwarves. They can pack a punch. I am going to go across the battlefield, and I'm going to prioritize covering up the greater druids while still damaging these battle dwarves. I could take out all of them. I could. Now, is there another spell I would like to use, though? Perhaps, depending on who goes first, my battle dwarves will go after his battle dwarves. So I will, but my dwarves will go before his 96 dwarves. I may teleport them across the field just to get a surprise attack on those dwarves. We will see. But for now, this decision seems fairly clear to me. Never mind. Because of that slow, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to worry about the damage that 13 orcs can do. I will march across the battlefield dutifully. We will wait. And I will... I'll mass... should I mass haste? Certainly. I'll mass haste, and the reason is because then the rogues will get the first shot. It will have... it'll have no enemy retaliation. And then we can push further on that. Let's focus on killing stacks. These unicorns are not to be trifled with, but and they will go after my battle dwarves. Let's actually use the dragons to take out a stack of these dwarves, and they took the retaliation. And then let's have the griffins start to work on those unicorns. Okay, and the enemy has fled. That cost us the 33 rogues. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. We'll take the basic leadership. We will take expert wisdom. We have no shooters, and I don't intend on getting any. Just to flex on the enemy, we will get knowledge first. An orcish witch doctor living in a hut deepens your knowledge of magic by showing you how to cast stones, read portents, and decipher the intricacies of chicken entrails. We will then attack Ariel. They have fled as well. Let's just see. This would be a great time for a chain lightning. Unfortunately, I do not have that. Mass slow is not going to help me nearly so much. I do have the one AoE damaging spell. Let's do the best we can. Pick out their fastest unit. Pick out one pack of flyers. And if these rogues get good morale here, then we can end the fight. They did not. And so we will let them run in shame. And then the enemy has fled here with no losses on our end. I will accept those results. And let's start just by following this road and taking towns as we go across it. Remember that we have a town here, a town here. Looks like we have one main town that can be upgraded. The sorcerer's town here in the bottom left, and then one town here. So really, this road should take us everywhere that we need to go. And this is an army that, after we just broke their back by taking out their 3 heroes, I don't think we're going to have any problem. I'm not even going to move any of my other heroes at this point. The battle is won. Let's see how fast we can win the game starting now. Glorious battle. Pressing forward. Can I sleep these heroes? Sleep. Is that sleep? Or is that just next? Sleep. I think that's sleep. Okay. Ares going to walk into this town completely unopposed. Just absolutely rolling through the enemy here. And because of this high movement, then I should be able to take this town before the next turn even. Perhaps I can get in this sorceress's way, Carlon, and she can't get around me and into her town. Maybe, maybe not. We will see. Oh, my strategy worked. I should be able to pick up both of these enemies here myself. The enemy has fled. I will take the loss. I want to fight this because 4 phoenixes. I did not think that they would have that much army. I truly did not. Phoenixes get to go first, so they have that advantage over me. Absolutely. Now, because I think that they're probably going to run, I might as well. I can actually mass haste here. And what that'll do for me is that then the ultra fast phoenixes will go after the blazing gargoyles. And maybe I can actually end this enemy before they get the idea to run. Ooh, looks like that is not going to be possible. Unless... Well, because both the Grand Elf and the Battle Dwarf are going to go. I can't take out both of them. Maybe I should just wait and see if I can bait them into staying. I can bait them into staying. That's pretty wonderful. Do I have a blind? I have a slow. That'll work. The slow on the phoenixes. And then we get our good morale now, finally. And good luck! Hey, perfect. It's all coming together. The whole ball of wax. 3 to 4. That'll do it. So this time the enemy does not get to run, and we lose 50 rogues, but we also get their +3 to defense. Unfortunately, we are out of, we'll take the states just for the fun. We'll get the +3, but if they had any other artifacts, we will not get those. We will take out Ariel before she can run away. We'll accept those losses. It is a new week. We are happy to see Phoenixes here. We are going to forego the rogues, and we will pick up the Phoenixes. That'll actually improve our morale because that was troops of 1, 2, 3 alignments. Now it's troops of 1 and 2 alignments. That'll be fantastic. I'm not going to take a trip in the boat, and I'm not going to send anybody into the boat either. I will check to see if there's anything nearby or around. There's the Thunder Mace of Dominion. It's very mysterious. Very mysterious. And then this should be the last town. I don't know if there's any other enemies on the battlefield, but look how fast I got from the let's see, 11 o'clock position all the way down here to the 6 o'clock position. That took maybe 5 turns with this kind of speed. Those 2 artifacts we found in the very beginning, the Compass of True Mobility and the Traveler's Boots, this map became an absolute disaster for the enemy and an absolute stunning victory for us in 2 months, 1 week, and 2 days, because blue player has indeed been vanquished. So, I might have given away too much there on accident. I didn't click fast enough. Much like in the Roland campaign, we now have an interesting point. We have scenario 5 we can complete, or scenario 5. Turning point or betrayal. Ooh, very interesting. So we will leave it at that, and we will come back to do scenario 5, be it good or be it evil, next time. Folks, I appreciate you being with me. Thanks for all the input. Thanks for enjoying these videos. I enjoy making them, and this is always fun. So hope to see you again, and give me any feedback. Let me know how things are going for you and your family. Otherwise, until next time, VexFox out.